Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you
I'm
doing today?
I'm doing good. Week 64 of the show.
Of the show, 64 of the show.
Can't
Um,
believe we've kept it up for this long. We have missed a couple, and sorry, folks, we missed
we
last
miss
week.
we missed you last week, but you know
We
what?
did,
We need a break too when it's a holiday. So
so we took a holiday.
we took a holiday. The kids are off today too. From various school boards, there's a PD day. So, if you see my
Oh,
little ones hopping behind me, that could happen.
yeah, they're not on the computers today.
No, they are not.
Wow.
So how are you doing? You're holding up okay?
Yeah, I'm holding up. I like I told you, I'm sore today for some reason. So if you see me kind of holding my breath, it's because I feel like somebody's kicked me in the ribs, but that's normal for me.
And the
So
allergies are just god
yeah,
awful right now. I'm like I had to take a Mucinex D this morning because it's like it is really really high. Got this like the pressure headache
yeah.
right here and the sinus pressure there and it's really bad. Anyways, how are you doing? Are you affected by the allergies? It's yeah, it's pretty bad. It
Yeah,
was
we
my
were.
grandson's birthday yesterday.
I saw that 1 year old
One
already.
year old already, and I've
I
I've
know.
I've held him like five times in a whole year.
Time
Oh
flies.
yeah, and he's a COVID baby. It's really sad. Like
Yeah.
they had this birthday party with themselves, and I'm so thankful that my two sons live together. At least they have this little family unit
Hmm.
that they can be together, and so that's good.
But you must have seen them on the screen.
Yeah, but it's not the
I
same,
know.
and it's just he's
I
growing
know.
so big. I saw him last week because we dropped by just to say hi, 6 feet apart. Like
Hmm.
didn't even hold him because you're 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
But he's getting big. He's a big boy.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, too fast.
Well,
And I,
Is he walking now? I
not
forget.
not yet, but it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
but I
my.
feel. Go ahead.
No, mine are so big now. I forget what age they start walking. So
Well, around one, yeah.
yeah, I thought
Some
so.
some 11 months, some 13. Like it
Hmm.
depends, but it's around that age. So yeah, but I feel like I've been totally gypped. Like that first year's been stolen away from me. It's really
Yeah,
frustrating, but anyway, it is what it is, huh?
I know. And I still
Yeah.
feel we have a ways to go. I don't think it's going to be over anytime soon.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Like I know the numbers are still above 1,000,
Hmm.
and but it's getting better, and hopefully, this jab is going to be helping soon. Quebec has reopened their patios, so I mean that's good for them. They did away with the curfew, and their patios are open. I've seen some friends that were gone out to Quebec and
Hmm.
had a few drinks on a terrace, and it just makes sense. Like outside should be not a problem. Like I mean, this weekend there was a whole 86 people crew from a church at the park cleaning up. So if that's allowed, 86 people gathering together and cleaning up the park, um, how come schnitzels can't have like 10 people on their patio? Just
Well,
doesn't make sense.
you said they weren't only cleaning; they got to had a little get together with hot
Well,
dogs and
they had hot dogs
stuff
and
after.
poutine at the end, yeah, and so eating, you're not wearing a mask when you're eating, so
I
I'm
know.
just, what's the difference? Why one thing and not the other?
Yeah,
It's just it's weird. Anyways, those are the rules. What can you do?
yeah, and I mean we got to do what we have to do, kind of thing. So, but
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
there's
Honestly, even when things do open up, I'm still going to be keeping my distance, and for a while anyway. I don't know. I'm so used to doing it. I think we just got
I
so
it
used to
feels
doing this.
it's to the point where it feels really
Yep, normal.
abnormal to go out and not wear a mask. You know, I sometimes I get out of my office, get in my car, and I forgot my mask, and right away I'm like, you know, something is not, and then I clue in, oh, I don't have my mask, you know. So it's kind of it's kind of it becomes almost abnormal. But anyways, there's good news in sight, because you know the second jab is going to be opening up for people earlier, so that's good news.
Well, I think you're the same. Like, we got to go through the computer to register ours, and we got to do the first and second one at the same time. Whereas my mom, when she's still waiting for a call for her second one, so I'm just hoping that I'm not even sure how that works.
You need to get on this, because you know, it's supposed to be like 14 weeks in between, I think.
Yeah.
And I know a friend who had to kind of get it somewhere else, like in Winchester. She had to. There's a website called Vaccine Searchers or something like that. Anyways, you can go on there and they'll find you a place, because they're trying to get everybody between 14 weeks, right? So she was getting to her last week, and she found a place in Winchester. But you might want to look into that, because I know there's a lot of people that are waiting for their Linda says Dan is still waiting for a call for his.
Well, that's what my mom said. They said they would call. So I'm wondering.
Yeah, but things change. They've been changing all the time. So look into it. Maybe call the health unit and see where that's at. Because last week Dr. Paul was saying something like about that at the media briefing. I'm not sure. So I called this morning, almost 90 minutes online. Nothing in Cornwall available on the phone booking. Currently booking Hawkesbury on the weekend, or Alexandria in the middle of the month. So get on that, Mai-Liis, because
I'm going to let her know. I know she said she was waiting for the Eastern Ontario Health Unit to call, so I'm going to get her to call themselves.
So we have a nice guest today, guys. We are talking to Joanna Backer from the 211 service, and she's going to tell us all about that service. I didn't know it existed until I started the Go Feed Me program, and somebody from 211 contacted me to see if we were interested to be listed in there. So of course I said yes, and then so I was made aware of the service back then, but I'm totally unsure of what exactly they do. So we'll talk to her and she'll let us know all about that service.
Well, I think it's been around now for a year or more, right?
I think it's been around a lot more than a year, but because of COVID, we're under the impression that it's been in existence only for a year. But anyways, she'll let us know. I'll bring her in.
Perfect.
Good morning, Joanna.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Good.
Yeah, just to answer what you were talking about. Yeah, we've been around for a really long time. The reason you've only really been hearing about us the last year or so is because we got a huge grant from the federal government and the United Way during the pandemic. So we were able to expand and go entirely national. So you can call 211 from anywhere in Canada and an awful lot of the states as well, which you weren't able to do before the pandemic.
Prior to the pandemic, yeah. So when I hear 211, of course, my mind connects it to 411, which is directory assistance. So I'm thinking directory assistance. Is that what your service is?
Yeah, so we're an information and referral system, but like 411 and 311, 911, all of those 11 numbers, the thing that we have is that we're locally based. So we exist across all of Ontario, or all of Canada, sorry. You call 911 for in Cornwall, you're going to be getting 911 in the area. You're not going to be getting 911 in BC. And that's how 211 works as well, is if you're calling 211 from Cornwall, you're going to be getting someone from the area who actually knows the area, knows what exists, but also has an enormous database at their disposal. Our database of programs and organizations just for Eastern Ontario consists of over 7,000. Yeah, 7,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. And so what can you help with? So who am I if I call 211?
Yeah, that's a really great question because like you guys were saying, not many people know that we exist and know what we are. And so 211 is, like I said, information and referrals, but that means nothing to a lot of people. What it comes down to is if you don't know who to call for something, call 211. Like if you don't know the number for the library, call 211. If you need assistance with paying for groceries, call 211 and see what's available in your area. What it comes down to is if you don't know who to call, and it's not a life or death emergency, call 211.
211. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's like, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Call 211. That's good. So what kind of services do you help with? Like, so you mentioned if I need help with groceries. So what type of help with groceries? Financial help, or is it like you refer to financial crisis and homelessness even probably?
So the way 211 works is that we don't actually have any of these programs. We work off the programs that exist in the area. So for Cornwall, let's say you need assistance with groceries. Well, we've got the Agape Center, we've got Center 105, we've got, I'm sure plenty more. But it's based on what actually exists in the area. So if you're in an area that has a lot of this already there, then we'll direct you to what best fits your needs. And sometimes, the need or the program isn't there. It doesn't exist. That does happen. For instance, only recently did we get a men's shelter in Cornwall, and I don't think it's open yet, actually. So if somebody was calling looking for a men's shelter, we don't have anything to offer because we don't offer the programs themselves. We just have the information to direct people to what exists. Because even if you know the area, like I've been living in Cornwall my whole life, and there's so much I don't know that exists within SD&G. So you can be totally fine and think you know the area and still not be aware of a huge resource that you could be taking advantage of.
Yeah, absolutely. Men's shelter, it's funny you mentioned that because I also got a query from a reader recently that was looking for a men's shelter, actually abused men's shelter, which is something that people don't know happens, or you don't really look at it that way. It's like you hear about a guy who's getting abused and you think, but it happens more than we think. But yeah, this reader was asking about it, so now I know. I'll say call 211.
211. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's open yet, but I know it's in the works.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
But we get a lot of questions about stuff like that, all the time, because we're a media outlet. So I guess people think that we know everything. So we get emails all the time, but now I'll refer them to the 211 service. So is it only strictly on the phone, or do you offer services online as well?
Another great question. So we have the phone, which is the easiest one. So, you call 211 like you would 911, and you'll get through to a live person, which is a big thing, especially for me. I hate those automated systems. So you'll get through to a live person, and that is 24/7, 365. You'll always get through. But we do also have instant message on our website, which is just 211ontario.com. And you can get in touch with us that way. Now that is a little bit different because it's only Monday to Friday and only, I believe, 9 to 5. We have that, and it's only in French and English. One of the other things about the phone call is if you call us, we have access to translators from over 150 different languages.
Oh,
wow. You can always be served.
in your language.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is pretty awesome.
Yeah, we are also working on a text message system, but we're not quite up and running on that yet.
Yeah, I would think that a lot of the younger generation would be using the text message service. We have a comment. 211 is a resource online mainly. I access and link people to all the time. I have people looking for programs and I use 211 to search for them, give them links and information. I find that many smaller charities and NFPs are listed in 211, so it's really useful to find the non-government programs that can be more difficult to locate. One thing I appreciate is the information is usually up to date. Can you share what you do through 211 to help keep listing current?
All right, yeah, for sure. So just to talk about just the beginning of that is I forgot to mention we have a database of over 7,000 programs and organizations, and that's actually all accessible to you guys. So if you're not feeling like you really want to talk to anybody, you don't have to call us. You don't have to instant message us. You can just go on our website and find it for yourself. And it's easy to navigate. Yeah. And as for the question, so we try to keep our system pretty up to date. Everybody in our system will get an email. It's usually about once a year, just to ask like, hey, this is your page. This is what people see. Is this accurate? Has anything changed? And we ask everybody who is in our system to let us know if there are any changes, because especially now, stuff is changing so constantly. You never really know what hours are or what days of the week that you're open. So we do our best to keep on top of it. Sometimes stuff slips through. And, we're all human. We make mistakes. We miss stuff. We just ask if you happen to notice something's wrong, whether it's with your own program that's listed or somebody else's. Just send us an email. It's really easy to fix. So, yeah.
And your email address is?
Well, my personal one, if you're looking for presentations, is Johanna B at cneo-nceo.ca. But if you're looking to update our website or anything like that, our email is linked on our website.
Okay.
And you will get someone who knows far more about our database than me.
So I know that with the Go Feed Me program, I received that email you're talking about. I received that at least twice over the last year, because I'm assuming that with COVID, things are a little different for you guys. How has COVID changed the way you're doing things?
Yeah, so COVID has changed a lot. So we've had to keep on top of our database a little bit more than we used to because, like I said, stuff is changing. But on top of that, we've expanded so much this year that we've taken on so many new workers to help us cover, phone lines in underserved areas. We've been expanding all over the place. I mean, my job didn't exist until this year because we're really trying to push to get people to know about us. We're an amazing program, and you don't need to be really struggling to benefit from us. I mean, I myself have used 211 because I just didn't know who to call. I had to go get COVID tested, as almost everybody has at this point. And I was driving home, couldn't research it on my phone, so I called 211 from my car, and they set me up. They got me into wherever the testing center was.
Okay.
So super easy. And, we exist to help people. And at the end of the day, we want to get people to whatever help exists.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that the only way that COVID has changed things? You've expanded and do you see a lot of people calling for COVID related questions? Has it taken a big chunk of what you do?
Yes. So we have expanded, and our calls have also gotten significantly longer. So we used to average about 4 minutes per call. Now we're up to 6 minutes per call. And that's just because we're staying on the phones longer with people. People have more complex issues. And also there's more out there for people to use, because there are programs that only came into existence because of COVID. We have seen an increase in phone calls of 33% over the last year, which is pretty big because we were pretty steady up until, 2020. And on top of that, we have found in the last, I guess, year and a half now, our biggest concerns that people are calling about are top three are food-related problems. So, finding food banks and stuff like that. Financial assistance, that's a big one with a lot of people who might not be considered essential service and therefore aren't working. And interestingly, or at least I find it really interesting, as of about August, mental health concerns has just skyrocketed. So it wasn't a huge one that people were calling about, and then all of a sudden it was.
Yeah.
I can see that
it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, so many people have been affected. You're talking about finding food. You're talking about people who are not working. That all has an effect on mental health. And those poor people who have been like having to close their shops and just hunker down, lockdown after lockdown, like it's gotta be hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy that you exist and that that we get to know about you, especially. Like it's funny that you say that you've been in existence for so long and that nobody is aware of that.
Oh yeah, we go back to I think 2002.
Wow.
Yeah, but at that point we were just in Toronto, so we've expanded significantly since then.
So you say across Canada?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, Mai-Liis, do you have any questions? Those were all my questions for Joanna today.
So if I call and ask something in my native language, Estonian, somebody will be able to answer me in Estonian, I'm hoping.
The way it works is you get one single automated question when you call, and it's French, English, or other. And if it's other, we will find a translator.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good to know, because I mean, if you're an elderly person and you need to speak in your language, that's really good to know.
Well, not only elderly.
Well, no, exactly.
But any immigrant that doesn't really, that would help a lot to be able to ask any important question in your own language. Speaking of elderly, like what is the demographic of the callers? Do you know is it a big portion of elderly people, or do you know the demographic?
So for Eastern Ontario, or I guess SG&G more specifically, it's primarily adults from the age of, I think, 36 to 60 is our biggest pool, which makes sense. That's a pretty big pool. And then after that is elderly. And we don't find a lot of elderly people are reaching out, and again, it's just they don't know we exist.
Exactly.
And we'd really like them to, because we want to set them up with anything that can help.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're probably one of the demographics that need the most help.
Yeah.
So
because they don't always have a computer to just go Google things too, and a lot of them don't, they wouldn't know how to use it, and they don't want to use it, so the phone is the way they would go.
And it's an easy number to remember.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great. Any final words you want to say, Joanna? Anything else you need to let us know about?
Please, anybody who's looking for presentations or more information on 211, reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer anything. And, when in doubt, life is really tough, especially now. And if you don't know where to turn, just give 211 a call. We'll try to direct you as best we can.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for coming and visit with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And Joanna, like she said, she's available for any presentations. You do presentations to businesses and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just contact her. We'll put some information up on the comment section of this video, and you can contact her and she'll gladly come and do a presentation. Have a fantastic day, Joanna.
Thank you very much.
All right.
A great week. Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
I'm just going to I'm trying to play with the lighting here because I feel like I'm completely washed out. Am I washed out?
Well, you're washed out on one side of your face, and the other side is fine.
Yeah. Wait, that's kind of how I feel every day. I'm just going to turn this off.
So we have a good morning from Florida. Good morning, sending us sunshine. Yeah, I think we have a little bit of sunshine today.
Oh, I wonder who that is. That could be my sister-in-law, Joanne.
It could be. So
I know my daughter said she's probably going to be listening in today too. So
these darn allergies. Sorry, guys. I'm just like
actually here I got to
sniffling.
blow my nose too.
Oh,
it's the same thing. I hate doing that, but otherwise I'm going to be sniffling.
So you wanted to talk about the Speedway.
Yeah, so we did something quite exciting. It wasn't a humongous donation, but we've sponsored a race car. And the guy that we've sponsored, I don't know if you want to put his picture up. It's a 17-year-old guy called Dalen Izard. And he had raced go-karts for about 5 years. 2 years in a row, he was track champion. Actually, I don't know if it was 2 years in a row, but for 2 years, he was track champion. And now he's moving up to novice sportsman. So his car's on the background. He's got quite a lot of work to do because he's hoping to have it ready. And they're hoping to be able to start racing on June the 15th. But again, see how that works, I guess. And so we sponsored him. He's holding his check. And the car's number is 22D. So Julia and I are really excited to just see how he does because I'm sure he's going to be going through that checkered flag quite a bit. But one thing that was really interesting that he was telling me that in order to be able to race, you have to have proof that you've had at least one of your shots. Otherwise, they won't even let you race at the Speedway, which is pretty good because you're in close contact with people there. So
yeah, and you were telling me that in Quebec, the racing has started. However, nobody from Ontario can go.
Exactly. Ontario plates can't go there. So
Ontario plates are not allowed.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was a couple of things that I learned whenever I was talking to Dalen. So it'll be exciting, and hopefully they'll have a decent season because the poor Speedway here, Cornwall Speedway, suffered for the last few years, whether it's with COVID, with rainouts. It's been tough on them.
It's been a rough couple of years. I remember that year before it was heartbreaking to see every Sunday being rained out. It was just a really bad summer. Really, really bad summer.
Well, it got to the point that you could almost set your clock by it because at 6 o'clock on a Sunday,
it would start raining.
It would start raining. Races start at 7, 6 o'clock. It started raining, and I'm like, oh my God, not again. You know?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I remember that, and then there was COVID, and so hopefully, on the 14th, is it that it's supposed to start to reopen?
Whatever the Sunday is, I think it's the 15th.
I mean,
they're hoping.
You said before, and I love how you put it. It's clear as mud.
Well, I'm still wondering.
The reopening plan is clear as mud.
Exactly. So what happens between the 2nd and the 14th? I don't know. There's a stretch there. I'm not even sure. And even on the 14th and the next 2 stages after that, clear as mud to me. I don't know.
Well, even now, where I think we can gather 5 people outdoors, but we're still in stay-at-home orders. Like, how does that work? Are we in stay-at-home orders, or can we gather at home? Like, I don't know. Like on Wednesday, I bought a little fire pit for my backyard. Oh, you should see my backyard. It's getting really nice. Like I
can't see it anymore. You put some kind of a fence up. I can't.
It's not
well,
really
I can
a
look
fence.
over.
You can look over. So It's so short. But I mean, I thought it was better than nothing. So, at
Yeah.
least it gives a divide. It tells people, don't come in my yard.
Yeah.
Whereas the other way, it was fully open and an open invitation. Hey, come on in, This way, at least it's divided and people can't come in. Anyways, all that to say that we had a little fire pit going, and one of John's coworkers who lives right in the back of us
Hmm.
just came and sat on his side of the yard because it's
Hmm.
like he lives in the apartment building, so it's his. And we sat in our yard, like probably 20 feet apart. But I don't even know if that's legal or not,
I
because are you
don't
not
know.
supposed to be a stay at home? And technically, we were still at home because we were in our yard and they were in
Yeah.
in his. But it's just it's hard to make out what's what. And then yeah, like between the 2nd and the 14th is that. So we're reopening on the 14th now, right? The stay at home order is going to expire on the 2nd, and then it's not going to be stay at home anymore. But although nobody is staying at home anyways, or so it seems. And then on the 14th, we'll slowly start to reopen, hopefully.
Or whenever there's certain percentages of people vaccinated, or it's just one of those things that I'm not exactly sure either. So
And schools. So the latest conspiracy theory that I've heard
excuse me.
this week is about schools. So apparently they want to reopen schools so they can get kids 12 and over vaccinated without parental consent. That's the conspiracy theory going on right now. Because
Okay.
they're saying there's no point in opening schools. We're at the end of the year. Why are they reopening it now? So they must be reopening it so they can vaccinate our kids and coerce them into taking the vaccine without the parental consents. And they're going to bribe them with ice cream
Oh
and
my
shit.
God.
Anyways, like, I don't buy it. If they reopen schools, it's because they want to reopen schools for kids. And I seriously doubt that the teachers are going to start going around and telling kids you're going to get an ice cream if you get vaccinated, or that they will bring clinics into classrooms.
Yeah,
It
I
just
don't
it
see
don't make
that.
sense.
I do wonder why they're talking about opening though, because school is done like the 24th or the 27th or
Well,
something. It's
actually,
just
I got a phone call from my son's teacher, my 11-year-old, and
uh,
she was telling me that their curriculum is going to be done June 4th, basically. So
oh my God. So what's the
they're done the
point?
material on June 4th. They're not going to be going to class anymore. So what's the point? Yeah, really, it's not.
Yeah, I don't understand that. My daughter was telling me out in Calgary, this past week, the schools went back, and within 2 days of going back, there was already an outbreak in one of the kids' classes. Luckily, my grandkids are not going to school; they're
Mm.
doing it virtually. But there was already an outbreak after 2 days of back in school. There was an outbreak, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Well,
scary.
sadly, it's just, you know, I don't know. And you're looking at vaccination statistics, and you're looking at Israel, and it seems to be going very well over there. But
Hmm.
then you're looking at other places that have been heavily vaccinated, and it's not doing so well. And then you can say, might be the vaccine that they're giving, because if you look at the Seychelles, for example, um, I think what they were given was the Chinese vaccine,
Okay.
and it's not as effective as the Pfizer, for example.
Hmm.
So you might think that might be a reason why it's not doing so well. But it's a damn virus. It's a damn virus to cope with. It's a tough one.
It is, but I
And
like
then
say I think we'll be wearing those masks for a while. So
yeah,
I've got one in the car now in the glove box because I feel that sometimes I do get in the car and forget it in the house. It's with me now, but I
yeah.
think we'll be
Oh,
wearing them
I
for a
I have like
while.
a million in the car too. Like, I have so many
Yeah,
everywhere. Like, got masks everywhere.
yeah.
So my 16-year-old, my 12-year-old are scheduled to get their vaccine on June 12th.
Okay.
And my little 11-year-old can't get the vaccine because he's 11, right?
Okay.
So this week he told me, he says, Mom, he says, you know what I want for my birthday this week? I want my vaccine.
Oh,
But not this week, this year. Says, as soon as I turn 12, please, I want my vaccine. He wants his vaccine.
so now it's not going to be I want my driver's license. It's going to be I want my vaccine.
At 12. Yeah, he wants his vaccine so bad because
Oh.
he wants everybody. They really miss their family in Texas, you know. We haven't been since January 2019. It's
Oh my goodness.
hold on. January 2020. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm mistaken. Well, John and I have been in January 2020. The kids have been in July of 2019. So it's been since July 2019 that they have been in Texas.
Wow.
And it's going to be 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's their aunts, their uncles, their cousins, their grandpa. The only family we have is in Texas. All our families in Texas.
Yeah.
So they really, really, really miss them. You know, they're seeing, you know, that vaccination is probably the only way that the borders are going to reopen and stuff. And so they really want, you know, they want everything to go back to normal. They want to go visit.
Well, my kids too, like usually they come at least once a year from Calgary and they'd be missing that too. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough on everyone. But,
I
you know,
mean-
and school, of course, they want to
Yeah.
get vaccinated so they can get back into schools because mine have been learning online as well. So
Yeah.
they're like, especially Mateo, whose his senior year is next year,
Yeah, that's a
last
tough
year
one.
of high school. So, you know, he wants to go back.
Yeah, my daughter was saying too, she doesn't even know what's going to happen in September or what she's going to do. But while we're on the topic of kids and my grandkids, I'm very proud of my 7-year-old grandson, Rowan. He's taken up something that is like quite creative, and my daughter doesn't know where he got it from, but he's still talking about technology, but he's making things with cardboard boxes. Well, actually,
Yep.
that's not the card. Well, that's the box they play in. There
Yeah.
seems to be a box that is going around from room to room, and they sit in it, and then they put it over their heads. But the one I want to show you is
Whoops, hold on.
is what he's making out of cardboard boxes.
So,
Look at this. This is the PlayStation 5.
okay.
He made
You
it.
can clearly see it, like it's got the remotes and all. And
Yeah, and
that's the
above
TV
it,
up there,
it's
I'm
a
assuming.
TV. Yeah, he
Big
made a
screen, flat
TV.
TV.
And that's his. And here's his tablet
Okay.
that he made.
He's got Fortnite on there, I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
come on. Hold
and
on.
there's one more. His laptop. Like, this
That
is
is
amazing.
so cool.
I know, it's so
Yeah.
cool. I mean, it's still with the computers and the tablets. But my daughter says, and he makes all this, and he draws all the pictures and everything. Like it's really cool. It's really, really well done.
That is so cute.
It is. It
And
brings me.
and you can clearly see it's a laptop. You know, he's really good.
There's a mouse actually too. I don't think you can see that,
no,
but
I
on the
can't see
side,
the mouse, but I see the mouse pad right there.
yeah, and the keyboard and everything.
The space bar. Yeah, that's pretty
It's-
cute.
It's amazing. Well done. It's actually whenever my youngest, he's 24 now, he used to make things out of paper.
Yeah.
And I know it's kind of a little not a good thing, but he made a rifle, Julia, out of paper.
Out of paper?
He made the bullets, and this thing actually shot the bullets across the room. I'm like,
Who's
how do
that,
you do
Christopher?
that? Christopher.
Christopher is so mechanically inclined, right?
Yeah, he used to make all kinds of stuff. Some of the stuff, the motors and stuff he came up with scared the hell out of me.
Oh,
But he bought, at one point, I remember he bought a little bicycle
mhm.
from a yard sale and a chainsaw, and he took the chainsaw part off. He rigged up the chainsaw motor part on the bicycle, and the motor ran the bike. It was loud.
Oh,
but
wow.
actually made the bike run. So he had a little motorized bicycle. And I
That is
think he was
funny.
like 12 years old, 12 or 13 when he did that.
Wow.
He was
Yeah.
always out in the garage building something. And
That's
he
cool.
had two friends that they were always together, the three amigos. They were always coming up with some kind of inventions.
Wow. Pretty
So
cool.
yeah, so kudos, to any kids that are actually using their
Using their imagination.
creativity and imagination. I think
Yeah.
that's awesome.
My kids do that all the time too. Like, I always used to complain because we'd buy them toys and then they'd play with the boxes instead of playing with the toy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, they're pretty creative too. That's good to see them use their imagination to do other things
Hmm.
than just being on a computer or a tablet, you know.
Yeah, because that's what
Speaking
a
of
lot
other
of them do.
things, we went to Grace Creek, not Grace Creek, Cooper Marsh yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we got this press release last week about turtles.
Hmm.
And so I thought it'd be a great idea to go and see if we could find some turtles at Cooper Marsh.
And
And
did you?
we didn't see turtles at all. The
Oh,
kids were so disappointed. But it was it's really nice. Cooper Marsh is beautiful, man. I had no idea. Right in our
I
backyard. It's
yeah,
super beautiful.
right
Anyway,
off of
so
Highway number 2, right? Yeah, we
mhm.
went years ago. I haven't been recently. But speaking of turtles, it's really neat because where our property is in between mine town and St. Raphael's, I
Mhm.
know exactly where to turn onto our property because we have a turtle crossing sign right across the road from our
Oh,
entrance.
have you
So
seen turtles?
no,
Not
no,
yet.
but hopefully one day I will too.
You have a pond, right, or a little river, so maybe you'd have some
Yeah, we have a
turtles there.
little stream. I was out there actually yesterday. We went out. We took my parents for a little ride, social distance out there, but just an hour away from the house. They thought it was just so nice sitting out in the with the birds chirping and everything. And our stream is not as flowing right now. It's drying up, but eventually we will have a big pond out there. So, but we saw Canada geese flying right above our heads, like they were so close to us. It was amazing.
So you like it out there, right?
Yes, despite the dream you had.
Yeah. I had a dream that Mai-Liis was telling me that she couldn't stand it and that she was not going to move over there, and that Sheldon was just finishing the house and then they were going to sell it. And I guess it was wishful thinking because I don't want her to move away.
I'm only like 22 minutes from
I
Cornwall, and it'll
know,
give
but
you somewhere to come out for a walk
isn't the
because
internet going to suck over there?
we've got a different kind of internet that we have to hook up to. He's looked into it. It's not your regular, but
Mhm.
he did buy a farm tractor with a big kind of a mulching blade thing behind it. So he's working on making a big walking track all around the 7 acres. So we're gonna have lots of space spots to walk. That's for sure.
I'll have to go hiking in your property then.
Yeah, we'll eventually have lots of walking trails. But I'll
All
tell
right.
you, this piece of equipment he bought, it took us, 2 months to cut into the bush and make the driveway and everything. It probably would have taken 2 days.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's pretty
Much
amazing.
better.
But
All
anyway,
right. Well, it's time for. Okay. So I didn't change it still.
And
So
today, thank goodness we're not eating those
crickets.
crickets. Oh my God, that was just nasty.
Still have them on my desk.
Yeah, I have mine on my drawer. Like,
By the way, I'm sending a call out. If anybody wants crickets, just tell me.
There's
I'll
2
give them to
boxes
you.
going. Yeah, there's
Yep.
2 boxes
3.
going.
3. I got another one here because it came in a pack of 3.
What
There's
did you
one
say?
unopened box of crickets right here.
And not only 3, they're free. Free.
They're free.
You
Free
can come
crickets.
and take them.
You can feed them to
We
your
don't want
snake
them.
if you want.
Oh, gross. Anyway,
All right,
friend
so
of mine,
we're
yeah,
having.
he did try one, Julia, and he said they tasted like sunflower seeds. They
Who?
crunchy sunflower seeds. A friend of ours, I gave
Oh.
one to him, and he said it reminded him of crunchy sunflower seeds. They
Ugh.
were a little salted.
Yuck. Anyway,
So today
never
we've
again.
got an Another one
Whoops.
of my, you've got it upside down. It's called Turkish Delight. And this is another British candy that I like. It's a little bit different.
Where did you get that one?
This one actually, again, Sheldon's son Ryan picked it up for me as a treat because they have that section in Walmart
They
that
do?
has, yeah, they have a British section. So they have all kinds of candies and
Where
stuff
is
there.
that British section?
Well, it's not just British. There's all kinds of different. I don't know if it's called European or something. It's in one of the grocery aisles.
Really? Never.
Yeah. So he had
seen that.
picked this up when he picked up the walnut whip. So it looks
This-
like that. Should have taken a picture of it before we ripped it.
I did.
Oh, good. I forgot.
Okay. So Turkish Delight that we're trying today. Let's try it.
And then I'll tell you the description. I can tell Julia loves it.
What is in that?
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's it's kind of describes a gelatinous sweet, like a gelatin kind of inside. So Fry's Turkish Delight is a chocolate sweet made by Cadbury. Launched in the UK in 1914, it consists of a rose-flavored Turkish Delight surrounded by milk chocolate.
Rose flavored. So yeah, that I was just gonna say it tastes like perfume.
I knew you'd say that because it does.
It does. So
It's an acquired taste. It's chewy.
I'll give it to my kids, see what they think.
It does
don't-
stick to your teeth.
Yeah, I'm okay with the texture and everything. The taste is too perfumey for me. It really tastes like perfume.
Mhm.
You don't find?
Oh yeah, it does.
But you like it.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it once in a while. It's not something I eat very often. It's a
Mhm.
bit of a treat, but
Yep.
yeah,
It's
perfumey.
walnut whip all the way. This not so much.
So what do you give it? 1 to 10.
I'm afraid it gets no mark for me.
No mark from Julia. I say it's about a 6. I still
6?
like it,
Yeah.
but it definitely is an acquired taste.
Yeah, maybe if I took another bite, I would, but I'm not even gonna try because I just
I am.
nope,
Mm.
didn't like it. Ugh. So we
So
really
it's your turn to pick something next week, or folks, if you've got something that you would like us to taste test, give us an email, info@thesika.ca, where it is, what it is, and we'll pick it up. And
yeah,
see what we
hopefully we
think.
can start sampling like really local goods. I'm gonna make a point this week to go out to that little bakery and get the stuffed cookies.
the coffee shop at
what's it
McConnell
called?
Medical Center.
Once upon a time, I think.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go and get this. Like I've heard about their stuffed cookies that they're really good. So I'll go and fetch a couple of those and we can sample those. But
well,
yeah,
now with
please,
things-
if you have any suggestions of what to sample, we'd love to try them.
Yeah, especially now with things hopefully starting to open up, it'll be easier
Easier.
to get local stuff.
Absolutely.
I do have a quick question though, and I don't know if anybody can answer this. Oh, okay. So bring me some curds. Is this from Calgary or is this from Florida?
I'm not sure.
Because they don't have either.
Yeah, I don't know why it says Facebook user. I'm not
Yep.
sure why that does that. It's kind of weird.
It doesn't say who it is.
No, it doesn't say who it is.
Yeah, apparently in Calgary, I found out they have white curds. They don't have orange, so I had to ship some
Oh.
out. And I also shipped out some garlic, some wild garlic. That was quite the ordeal as well because it got stuck in transit a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So it still got there in half decent shape though. So they got their fix of
That's
wild garlic. And the question that I wanted to ask was, somebody asked me this morning. Does anybody know anything that is good for sore gums?
Sore gums.
Sore gums. Now, I don't know if it's for adults or children, but if somebody has information on
Listerine.
both,
I don't know. I know my husband would say brush your teeth.
I know whenever kids are teething, there's some
Well,
stuff.
Oragel is for like
Oragel. I couldn't remember what it was. Yes,
toothache
that would
or
be it.
yeah, that could work.
That could work. Yeah.
Mhm. But
Couldn't
I mean, if you
remember
have
it.
sore gums, you probably have an underlying problem, and you should probably have a dentist look at it
Mhm.
because gums are important.
Yeah.
Yep, very important.
Well, yeah, because they hold your teeth in your mouth.
Yep. Which reminds me, I gotta make an appointment for everybody for dentists now that they're going to be reopened. Are dentists open right now? Yeah, I think so. Right?
I think so, because actually my
I'm pretty
mother had chipped her tooth and she had to have an emergency visit. So I believe
Yeah.
they are. Yeah.
Yeah, they would be open. Hi. Well,
The other thing I do want to mention, and I hope everything works okay with it, the Cornwall Waterfront Farmers Market is going to be starting this Sunday, June the 6th, from 10 to 2, and it'll be in the parking lot at the Civic Complex. So
okay.
I mean, with the way things are opening, I'm just hoping everything falls into place and they're able to go ahead. Apparently they are, because it's food, so it's essential items.
Yeah,
so.
it would be. And
Yep. So
nice to see the farmers market coming back.
well,
So, do you know if the Kinsman's farmers market is happening
that
this year?
I'm
or
not sure.
No,
I'm
eh?
not sure. And I know
I haven't heard anything.
there's a farmers market at the Brick as well that usually goes on all summer till till October. I don't know if that one's on either, but this one, I know this one is supposed to be starting on the 6th. So
Oh, you know what? We should just call 211.
we should. Yeah, they would know.
Okay. Let's do
You're
that.
going to.
I'm going to call 211 and ask if there's a farmer's market in. Hold on, I lost you. Where are you? Oh, here you are. Okay, let's call 211.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for calling 211. Merci d'avoir appelé 211. Please press 1 for English. We are experiencing higher than normal wait times. Please remain on the line for the next available representative. Your call may be monitored or recorded for quality or training purposes.
Yeah, your call may be
211 wants to provide you with great service. We would like to hear from you on how we did. If you are willing to
her call may be recorded too.
we are about to receive, we would call you back minutes after your call is finished. Please press 1 if you would like to tell us how we did. Press 2 if you are not interested.
Not today. Okay, so I'm on hold.
That's because there's more calls
Yeah.
than normal.
So
we'll see if it happens. We've got about
we'll see what happens. Yep. 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So farmers market. Yeah, I was looking at the Kinsman's Farmers Market webpage on Facebook, and will not be physically open for the 2021 season.
Oh, okay.
Visit and connect with our vendors in our virtual market space through the webpage, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. Hope to see you all in 2022.
Yeah, I think we might still be seeing quite a bit of that kind of notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, I think Williamstown Fair, they're doing the drive-through again this year.
I'm gonna hang up just because it's getting confusing with you and her talking. So I'm just gonna hang up and try again later.
But it shows that it works.
Yeah.
It is there.
Yeah. So so you were saying that what is not opening or doing a drive-through?
I have a feeling the Williamstown Fair, I think I saw it somewhere that they look like they're going to be doing the drive-through version again. So
yeah, I think Rib Fest, it depends on what happens because this is at end of July, right? So
yeah,
depending on the reopening stages and depending on how many percentage of the population is vaccinated, it can look very different from one step to the other. Hopefully they can do something. It's like I was saying, there was 80s. Did I say that? during the show or just to you? I think I just said that to you before, but 86 people were in the park. Oh no, I said it
No,
during
you
the
said
show.
it in the show.
So if that can happen, why couldn't Ribfest happen? I mean, the park is big enough that you can socially distance safely, you know.
Yeah.
So not sure what it's going to look like. I know it's happening. Ribfest is going to happen in one way or another, but not sure what it's going to look like.
Well, they pulled it off last year, so
They
it
sure
worked
did.
last year.
They sure did.
They do the
Yeah.
same thing, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it was like there was little quirks though. I mean, you know, the lineup was pretty heavy.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
remember, the lineup went all the way to Brookdale and then
Yep.
some. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, there might be a better way. I don't know. Well, hopefully they can, you know, have walk-ins. People walk up to the places and, you know, pick up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the 3 stages of opening are going to work.
Yeah.
Like I say, clear as mud right now, but again, it's so new that nobody really knows. So, you know, it's
Yeah.
just one of those situations.
Exactly. So, anyways,
So, folks, if you do have some events coming up, virtual or in person right now, I guess not, please put them on our website. Go to info@seeker.ca. Go to
No,
the
not-
event calendar.
not info@theseeker.ca. Just
Oh my God.
theseeker.ca.
Seeker.ca. Go to the
Yeah.
Seeker.ca event calendar and enter your event. I think look what I got us for when we can actually get together
Oh,
at
glass.
the property. See?
Is that a wine glass? Oh,
It's a wine glass as a sippy cup.
Oh my God.
So look, because you know how much I don't like drinking wine out of a mug, a tumbler, anything else. It has the wine glass inside, and it is a sippy cup, so you're not going to drop any of it.
Oh my God, Mai-Liis, you are too funny.
2 of them.
Oh, that is cool. Are those Adirondack chairs on them?
They are. I
Oh.
found these at Harvest last year.
Nice. They're
We
really
had them
cute.
out in the trailer, so I brought them home to show you.
Really cute. Yeah, I'll be over for a glass of wine soon. Hopefully we get our second shot really soon and then we can safely get together.
Well, pretty close. And I see that you have something in the back there that hopefully we'll be able to use the.
Oh yes, I just
you didn't.
my new
You
baby.
didn't show anybody.
My new baby. Just got that last week.
That's awesome.
Haven't even taken it out for a spin. The allergies have been so bad. I've just been feeling miserable. Don't really want to go. How are your allergies, people? Are you suffering from allergies too? They're pretty heavy right now.
Well, I think I was telling you before we started the show out on the property. I didn't even know that Christmas trees had flowers. My mother pointed out that all the ends of the little trees have these brown things.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the flowers, and they're full of pollen. So
Yep.
that doesn't help.
Absolutely. Anyways, and we're spending more time outdoors, so it's just
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, on that note, that's it for us for today. I'm hoping that you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
And a super duper week.
We'll see you next week, people.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.